well, when they did, but a lot of times he got interrupted by those platforms, and I think that's why Kurtains...
Exactly.
And
And Banjo, we've seen it from Kigorian, can really get up close and personal. Grab that wolf, slam him into the ground. It just has a lot of face frontal activities and damage to do to him.
And here we go, getting off the last match. We see REEEEan choosing his classic OG Donkey Kong into, of course, Kurtains Wolf, which has been playing on fire tonight. We'll have to see how this goes.
And if there's one thing we know about Donkey Kong, is he hates sexual predators. Right off the bat, slamming into the ground, he is not wanting Wolf to touch any more butts.
Fantastic
He is just slamming on him right now.
I'll say, even though percentage is almost even, it looks like REEEEan's been more in control of this match so far. He's had a great read back-to-back with those shields and the slam into the ground.
Ooh, not a great decision there to charge up there. Wolf will capitalize on that every time.
Absolutely.
You got to get some more distance or a little bit more off the stage before you start charging there.
Now,
Ooh, a good read and a good shield on that projectile, though.
Now, one thing I would like to point out is you were saying Kurtains lost, early on the bracket. Not early, but definitely earlier than REEEEan and Kigorian did. And so he's almost had an easier time. He's been facing those losers. He hasn't been up against quite as high-level Octane. Definitely some good players. But, there's a possibility that Kurtains is, not ready for this change of pace. Because he's going against the two finalists outside of himself, as of where he was playing all the halfers.
If he can pull through both of these, that's quite a stunt, and that'll prove in itself that he was capable the whole time.
No, I almost wonder, I was going to say, I'll say great play by Kurtains proving me wrong. I was about to say, I imagine Kurtains' first game or first stock or two is going to be harder because he's not ready for the switch up in speed. And he proves me wrong there by instantly taking the first stock against REEEEan.
Ooh, good ledge guard here by REEEEan.
REEEEan looks very good, especially with the Donkey Kong. Staying on the ground, forcing people to jump into him, getting those stuns up on the ground.
Very nice spike. Ooh, REEEEan is juggling him out, but he can't quite get the wolf off the stage.
Almost baits him perfectly and gets nice either way. 170 is tough to do.
I almost think that was a bait with that B to get the wolf to come in. Barely dodge outside of it.
Yeah.
That down A was enough to knock him off the edge.
And I'll say, and he just happened to be in the right position. I think that was definitely a play on REEEEan's part. Kurtains is definitely still staying on top of the percentage. REEEEan got a couple big hits in. Because like I said, with Donkey Kong, you only take 2 or 3 to even out. It does so much damage with his punches. But Kurtains is just staying on top of perfect shield block, but REEEEan's unable to capitalize on it.
Yeah, you really want to fight Kurtains in this area right here, especially as Donkey Kong. But the thing about Wolf, though, he can defend himself whenever you get up and close and personal with him.
Especially with those shots like you saw. This micro stun on it, especially against a slow character, is a big bonus for Kurtains here.
Absolutely. But man, once you get on those platforms, Kurtains just really likes to just punish you for it.
Like right there, he's already able to interrupt, push him off the edge.
It's not looking good for REEEEan right now.
I was going to say, REEEEan almost lost his last stock because the input for recovery just didn't go off quick enough.
He's got to take this stock without losing too much percentage to have... Ooh, that's not quite enough, but is he going to ledge guard here? Oh, he's still in the ring. He needs one more good hit.
Great read there by Kurtains, getting him first close to the edge so he could dash through him. It's such a close game.
Man,
REEEEan's getting up there and
once
damage.
He starts juggling, just racks up that percentage.
And something that REEEEan's pretty good about is, with Donkey Kong specifically, he's a heavy champion, so you're going to need a high percent to get him off. But 116 and counting is going to be hard for him to get up, and up air is not going to go off for him. Misses the jump input and goes straight to the jump for the up aerial. Doesn't get up back to the ledge. And that's going to be 2-0 for Wolf here. In stock-wise, at least. First game.
Man, what a good first game there.
I'll say, looking at the damage given and taken, they're both well over 300%. Kurtains up there to 400%, almost higher. Almost breaking the 450 area, which is so much. Now, Donkey Kong, with as heavy as it is, it takes a lot to get him off. But getting, having 2 stocks there left at the end really gives him a plus up on this competition.
I almost think that REEEEan needs to go Dark Samus here. As you could see earlier, as soon as I switched over to Dark Samus, it seemed like Kurtains didn't have a whole lot of options or what to do there. And as we could tell, REEEEan is a much better Dark Samus than I am.
No,
and Dark Samus is actually a pretty good pick into Wolf. Because although he does have a projectile block, it's not as fast as Fox and Falco's.
Well, it's also not consistent. I forgot they changed that in this game, because as far as I remembered, it was the same setup. But no, and you were doing a really good job when you played him. You had a really good job of baiting out his reflex and or counting them in between because Kurtains kept getting in his head, oh, I have to reflect this. So he'd reflect, but he reflected too early, and then you waited for that, and then launch your energy cannon.
Exactly, and sometimes if you can catch him while he's reflecting, and if you shield his reflect back onto you, sometimes if you can read into that, know that he's going to try to capitalize on you for shielding. You can grab him, you can fire your projectile, or you can get a good side dash bump into him.
Absolutely, we saw you pull that off too, at least once in that series that you had. You reflected your energy orbit, you were ready for it, you instantly shielded, were able to block it back out, ending it in a neutral for both of you. But it's fantastic play for as quick as it was. You were just ready for it. But he definitely, like you said earlier, those shields, sometimes he would fake you out with reflect and just take the shield and absorb it.
He's played Wolf enough that he knows what people are going to try to do against his kit, and he really capitalizes on it, which is exactly why he got the win there. And as you can see the stats here, 83 ground attacks, 36 air attacks, dominating the ground and dominating REEEEan in the air.
One of the things is, REEEEan, he doesn't need as many attacks with Donkey Kong compared to Kurtains, but he definitely wants to be up closer to, almost getting 50% less attacks is not going to do it for him. Donkey Kong works really well from the ground. You've got to stay low. You've got to stay below him. Have them jump into you. That's the best way to play Donkey Kong. You see him here. There's that fake charge up smash that he misses, baiting out the dash towards him, gets that slam down, ends up getting the kill anyway.
I don't know if a heavy, large character is the way to go into the Wolf, because with these platforms, you're a bigger target. Even though you're harder to knock off, you're slower, you're easier to hit. That's exactly in Wolf's ballpark. Donkey Kong might have big hitboxes, but unfortunately, Wolf was able to capitalize.
Well, and we've also seen Ian's Dark Samus being just an absolute dominant creature tonight. We've seen him play it a handful of times, but every time he destroys with it. Captain Falcon, we haven't seen him bust out quite as much, but it's a little bit faster than Donkey Kong, so we might have a little bit more of an advantage here.
Alrighty, so we got a Captain Falcon into the Wolf. This is going to be an interesting matchup as well. Both characters are relatively the same speed and about bruisery as the next one, but I think that Captain Falcon has a little bit more range in his kit, besides the projectiles, of course, from Wolf.
Definitely a faster playstyle than Donkey Kong, though, so we'll have to see how this works. It's not quite as much as the dramatic changeup as I've seen from Ian all night. He's been doing a lot of, Donkey Kong into Fox, completely switching up, or Samus into Falco, which are, range into melee.
Right. Honestly, I think Fox would have been a pretty good pick here.
I was really expecting to bust him out, not only for the rivalry of Fox and Wolf, but also the speed
change. Wow, a
up.
nice good read there to knock off that smash, just barely recovering from it. Ooh, Ian's playing Falcon pretty well here. Ooh, now see, Falcon actually might have been a pretty good pick here because he can play against the platforms while he's sticking under it. Oh, but there's that first stock there.
I'll say REEEEan's already down a stock. I mean, yeah, it's 100%, so one or two good hits gets him off the stage, but Wolf has been doing such a good job.
Falcon just needs the Heaven's Elbow to hit Wolf all right off the screen.
I'll say, especially with
there
Wolf's
it is.
poor recovery.
Ooh, an up B would have knocked him right out of there. Ooh, or that one.
Too. Yeah, I'll say evens it up by within 7%.
Nice shield there.
Great up smash.
Oh,
the perfect block. It's going back and forth now.
There we are.
I'll say Falco's even, Captain Falcon.
Man, that projectile really just punishes and stops a lot of attacks in Falcon's kit.
Oh, perfect distance there for Wolf to dash away. Typically, you have to dash at the dodge there to get the distance right, but he knew the exact distance he needed to get away from it, and he
very good shield block there to keep Wolf from getting his combos down there.
Almost predicts to jump into it. Good job taking his patience there. Back down below him, but
Falcon just needs to not take his patience. You need to get right up on this Wolf and make him get into his head and capitalize on his mistakes and really get him out of here. Get his hands sweaty. And man, and Wolf's hands are getting really sweaty, climbing himself all the way from the bottom of the loser's bracket to here.
Big hit. That's going to take us to the top down.
Alrighty.
So, REEEEan's taking the lead again. He's still up. He's definitely got a lot of percentage off on him, but he is up a life. And any percent he gets off now is going to just help him in the last
He needs to not take any hits from Wolf, or otherwise he might go flying, and you want to get as much percentage, or just end it and get the stock here.
I'll say 50% is huge, though. Being on the last stock up 50 HP is a lot. And anything more he gets is just added to it.
Very good baits by Falcon here. Rian is just playing around Wolf, getting into his head, which is exactly what you need to do.
I'll say his first half of this game was definitely going in Kurtains' favors, but Rian's done a really good job of taking his time and learning the playstyle of this Wolf.
Exactly.
That's fine. Rian's still up 60%.
Yeah, he got that stock off just as I expected Wolf would do, but Captain Falcon was able to get a lot of percentage, putting himself at an advantage here. He just needs to get a few good hits in, and Wolf will go flying off the screen.
Yeah, I'll say 1 or 2 good smashes are definitely going to take Wolf out of this game.
Yeah.
And being on his last stock, that's definitely the game going to Rian here. So we'll have to see how it plays out.
Captain Falcon
Oh,
smashed
Reed!
right
Reed
there.
sat there. He said, I know exactly what you're going to do. Dash at me and say hi.
Absolutely just tippered right out of that. That smash, which is exact. Captain Falcon's over smash is really overlooked. He can knock people out of the screen. It's 70, 80%. I was at 60% and flying off the screen as we fit trainer against him.
No, it was a fantastic play. You could see Rian's positioning. There was the exact frame where his dash stopped. He was ready for it. He just threw his side punch over. He's busting out the Falco go, which is a good play. I like I said, I was expecting the faster play with the Fox into this or something like that. But the Falco's working pretty good. He's fast enough that he doesn't have the slow play that
Right.
Donkey Kong has.
And he has strong attacks and a lot of versatility within his kit to kind of draw out Wolf's attacks and also really punish on him.
Interesting.
Okay. It's all right. So we got Kurtains not going into Wolf by picking Cloud. This might change things up.
This will be interesting to see how this works out because Kurtains is not... I don't think he's played anything else all night. He may have had 1 or 2 games.
He's played Wolf the whole time, I'm pretty sure.
That's what I was thinking as well. I know we had a Cloud earlier, but I'm pretty sure that was somebody else.
Cloud is going to be a pretty good pick into Captain Falcon.
That's for sure, but like that's also after, I don't know, 30-plus games of one character switching up, that mental swap that you have to put your head through and you have to be able to roll with is such a big difference. It's working out for him all right so far, but he's definitely not playing with the same speed.
Right. And
Great
Captain
shot.
Falcon is capitalizing on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Great
so
lead there.
Cloud is at his limit break. You gotta be careful around Cloud when he's at his limit break. You don't want to play too close quarters.
Great dodge. Not exactly what I was expecting. I haven't seen that done before. Using his Falco kick off the stage, knowing the exact distance he needs for his recovery, and dodging the entire attack.
Yeah, Kurtains is not playing a bad Cloud here at all, but Rian is really capitalizing on his mistakes.
Great finish there.
And there's the first stock right
And
there.
Rian's only at 60%, which is not a lot. So again, any percentage he gets is going to be a huge help in oncoming lives, especially if you can get ahead of on the damage. Kurtains timed that perfectly. I think Rian thought he had the projectile or the.
Oh, barely makes it on the ledge there. Ooh, almost
how
had
they-
a great opportunity for an elbow.
They both froze there when he made that ledge because nobody thought he was going to get it. Everybody held their breath waiting for that crowd. And luckily, it did go through for Rian's aspect or point. But Kurtains is definitely hoping he fell through.
Exactly. You know, I haven't seen a whole lot of flying knees coming from Rian's Captain Falcon,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of disappointing, but, you know, it's working for him here.
I'll say I would love to see another Falco punch. They're so hard to land and so risky. But we saw Rian land that first one in that first match of the last series. It was a fantastic play and not what we were expecting at all.
Got 40% damage right off the bat.
Mhm.
Put himself in a very big lead.
I think Rian knows exactly how to play this game, though. I was talking about it with some people who play Lucinas and stuff earlier. They were just trying to counter a lot. And counters, as much as I love, they're not exactly... you can't rely on them as your main point of output damage, you know?
Exactly.
You have to have that surprise factor. Without the surprise factor, people are going to be starting to read it, especially the farther up... Especially the higher up you get in the...
Exactly. Ooh, barely missed his limit break move there. He keeps using the projectile version of Cloud's limit break, which is good, but it's hard to hit sometimes, easy to read.
Especially with Rian, I'll say, knowing that distance, knowing... And you saw earlier, the dash that he had earlier, it was a really impressive dodge off the stage. People don't think about that because, you know, you don't want to be off the stage. That's where you can die.
Exactly.
So people try, even if it's into danger, getting back on it. And Rian knows exactly what he needs to do, though, to dodge his attacks. Great timing there. Fantastic timing. Rian getting a huge hit off.
You really want to get the limit break on this on Cloud's down B. Ooh, that elbow is just sickening from Captain Falcon.
And we find ourselves in a very similar situation as last game, which is REEEEan a little bit higher percentage than last game, but still has Kurtains down to his last stock, meaning any damage he gets over on him is going to help him out.
Now he's at 100%. Kurtains just needs to get one good hit off or a smash and he'd send him flying.
That's one, but
under 20%. Really in a danger zone. He's juggling the Falcon here. REEEEan is really trying to get this Cloud out of here, not wanting to lose another stock, not wanting to let him only have 15%. Does not want to level the playing ground. Ooh, but it's getting really close here.
Say one hit here, and REEEEan's definitely out. Loses his
ledge guarding by Kurtains here is really good.
REEEEan has that perfect.
There it is. Kurtains was able to level the playing field. Very good playing from.
I'll say Kurtains. That puts him back in the game because within 15 is not that hard to come back from. 15 is not a whole lot of damage. Now at this point it's 50. Falco's doing his best to get over. Oh, now it's a fantastic. That's what he needs his limit break for right there. It's such a fun game to watch. You can see how fast-paced this game is.
Yeah, and the opponents are just constantly bleeding each other. Man, they must be exhausted. Oh, fantastic
play, and
that's
going to be it.
Smash from Captain Falcon.
What a great play. He saw the shield coming in, but a slight delay in Falco's charge there left Kurtains with the shield down, getting the big critical hit there.
You really do not want to be close to Captain Falcon when he's not stunned or just used a move, because if you're at a high percentage, that over smash will just knock you straight off. Again with Captain Falcon, REEEEan is feeling really confident with his Falcon.
I think it's a good play though. He's played a lot of characters tonight, but and what he's been doing is a lot of back and forth. He likes swapping up, getting in the heads of those he's playing as, but he's playing really good with the Falcon tonight, especially with losing that the first game. He definitely needs to make sure he gets those dubs in from the game.
Exactly.
We've got Kurtains back on Wolf, which makes sense. We got Falco's home advantage here, so let's see how it plays out.
Exactly. Now, Kurtains. Oh, wow. Alrighty, that would almost. I was going to say that would have been an unfortunate endeavor there.
That would have been huge for Kurtains there. Having an 8% death off, it's still perfect.
Kurtains needs to win this match here to stay in it. Otherwise, he's going to be knocked out.
I'll say it's 3-1 currently, correct?
Yeah, I can tell that Kurtains really, really wants that. He's resorting back to his Wolf, which is what he feels comfortable in, what he feels strong in.
And he's been playing it all night. He's been looking really good. He just has to... The only issue he's had is the actual playing against a specific thing. He's done a fantastic job showing his skill at a character. What he really needs is that versatility of learning how the other person is playing and forming his playstyle against it.
Exactly. As you can see, in this game here, he's trying to stick away from his old habits.
And we saw that a little while ago, too.
What a good shield there by Captain Falcon.
I'll say we saw a similar play like that against you. And you were a gentleman who walked off for him and got the game.
I had to.
I know. It was
just started back up. And,
I know. It was tough. But that was a very similar play there. I wonder if it's a mistake for him because Wolf, that side B is such a risky play, especially going towards the edge of the map.
Exactly.
Because you just you leave yourself floating in the air.
It's not one that you want to use while you're on the map.
You have to use it off on, yeah.
Exactly. It's really good to get right back on, to attack somebody who's ledge guarding you, but when you're using it on the field, it's really risky.
Like right there, great play. It throws you up too, which is really hard to read against it. We saw Ian with a really good read on the first or second game, reading that exact distance, but consistently reading is tough because you get that such high distance and you kind of clip through the edge. So it's kind of hard to read exactly where it's at.
Exactly. Captain Falcon is going the distance. He is going the mile. He is trying to knock off the Wolf. Not liking his other match here with the Wolf registered sexual offender here. Captain Falcon is using every resource he's playing on his own stage. He is fired up. He is ready. Oh, a great shield here. Oh, man, they are just blocking each other's attack. Oh, but Kurtains hits him up.
I'll say, like we said earlier, Kurtains, when he gets you in the air, he's really hard to play against because he's so good at juggling.
Ooh, that down B.
And I wonder if that's one of the reasons. Oh, and right there we see the positioning perfect on REEEEan again. Yeah, I think REEEEan's really showing his strength when it comes to the actual the basics of the game and knowing distances.
Analyzing your character, analyzing your opponent, knowing what they're doing, recognizing their habits. He knows that if you hit Kurtains off, he's in range. He will try to over-B back onto the stage, and he tippered himself right at the edge to get a perfect up tilt.
Absolutely, just like the first game that he took against Kurtains. I think it was the second game of the series. And I wonder with Falco, Captain Falcon, if that's why he chose it in Wolf, with that down B getting so much distance and so fast, it doesn't give you a lot of time to keep them in the air, and that's gonna be Kurt's last left.
Man, and there it is
again
with the over B off the field.
It just doesn't give him the ledge grab that he wants. I think he must have sidestepped right as he hit the edge. Therefore, he got caught in the animation.